I have a question for you.
Nanguha ng sombrero ng isang gwardiya.
No, I have a question for you.
Oh, I've seen people, streamers that do this.
Tatangay ng motorsiklo ng isang enforcer.
Tingin mo, kuya.
God just standing there.
Tingin mo yan.
I mean, but his camera guy's there, so he's gotta come back.
Panggugulo ng isang dayuhan sa isang commercial at business district sa Taguig.
Bruh.
O sa shoot nga nito sa Boracay Island, pinagmumura pa niya ang ilang empleyado ng Sea Sports Facility nang payuhan siyang magsuot ng helmet.
Joking. He's not joking. He's the child.
Bruh, that's not nice.
Inaresto na ang Russian vlogger. Bunsod ng reklamo ng isang gwardyang pinagkatuwaan niya sa Taguig.
Okay. That's good.
Sinampahan siya ng reklamong theft, unjust vexation, alarming scandal, at violation ng anti-cybercrime law sa Taguig City Prosecutor's Office.
I was actually wondering what they could arrest him for, so at least they said what it would be.
Ang vlogger, ayon sa Bureau of Immigration, nang ilipat siya sa kanilang detention facility, ay umaakto pa itong panghalik sa direksyon ng kamera at panayang ngiti.
He doesn't regret anything because he's famous from being an asshole. Oh, sorry, am I allowed to say that? I was gonna say if they could arrest him for anything, it's probably something like disturbing the peace. So he's been convicted before. Wow, that's the thing these days. People with a camera, they think they can just go out and do whatever and call it a prank and be like, "Oh, I'm doing it for the views, and if you're mean to me, you have your own camera and you're gonna get canceled or something like that." It's crazy how they think they have so much power just because they're like popular or they're streaming. Like, it's bad enough you have to deal with tourists that, you know, they throw their trash everywhere, but then you have tourists like these whose main goal is literally to disrupt like people who are just doing their jobs and all that. I think he should have been arrested just for disturbing that cop. This reminds me of that one guy. I think his name was Johnny Somali or something. He's recently been arrested also in Asia. I don't remember if it was Japan or if it was in South Korea. But I remember he did something similar of just harassing the natives and just like being a dick. Oh, sorry, am I allowed to say that? So yeah, my initial reaction is it reminds me of that, and it kind of sucks how there's a surge of streamers who think they can just do this and get away with it. And it's good that they're facing repercussions for doing this, kasi it's going to teach people who want to do the same not to do it, because there are consequences to your actions. So I think the reason that he felt compelled to do that is because it's popular. The internet term is rage bait. So obviously Filipinos are gonna see this. They're gonna be like, "Oh, look at this guy, he's such a dick." But the thing is, what they're doing is that they're giving him shares, they're giving him views, and then eventually through all these shares about people complaining about him, someone is gonna be like, "Oh, you know what? That's actually really funny." Like maybe other Filipinos, some other Russians, his friends or whatever. So at the end of the day, he gets popular from doing that. So I think that's what compelled him to do it. It's because at the end of the day, he's like, "Oh, this is gonna make me more famous." But me personally, I hate that kind of content. It's not only annoying, but at the end of the day, what do you get out of watching that? Like, after seeing that, do you go, "Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do the same thing." What is the benefit to watching things like that? I don't find it entertaining at all. I don't find watching streamers entertaining at all either, but that's also a whole nother video or topic. But yeah, I just think it's not gratifying to watch things like that, especially if it's like in your own country, diba? Kasi that means there's people out there who are willing to go to your country and just start disturbing people. Because what if I went to BGC at that time and then I got interviewed by him and then I got bothered by him? Of course I'd be annoyed. So I imagine that all those people that he bothered were incredibly bothered. So yeah. While it's not black and white, I think it is good that they sort of paraded him. I really think it's like a good deterrent to show that your actions have consequences, and that especially if your action is stupid, you get a stupid consequence also. Like maybe the only argument for him not being paraded is that you're giving him a bigger platform. For Filipinos who didn't know him before, now they know about him because he's been on national television. So now they're gonna look at what he did on TikTok or on YouTube or wherever he posts his stuff, and he's just gonna get more views and shares. And so now the TikTok algorithm thinks that people love his content. So at the end of the day, because they paraded him, he gets more popular. For future vloggers who think of like going to the Philippines and pulling the same antics, I think before you do all that, just stop and think about the people you're going to be bothering. Like, these people have lives of their own, you know, they have better things to do, they have other things to worry about than dealing with your crap. And it's just basic human decency not to bother people, you know? Like, why do you have to be so rude? And for what? 5 new followers? Like even if you get like 100,000 followers from what do you call that, from harassing people, what's that gonna give you, you know? At the end of the day, what do you get? It's not worth it, is what I would tell people who are thinking of doing the same thing.